So much like SUVs, bakkies, people love their people movers. I've got this Mercedes-Benz V300 diesel. Yes, I do know that it's dated now, and there's a new one coming out, hopefully in 2024 or 2025 later. Sorry, we're in 2024, in 2025. But I really like this people mover. Like, it's really, really nice. Is there really anything to complain about the V300 diesel? It's got an amazing powertrain. It looks good. It's practical. Let me show you what this car is all about. I'm going to literally show you the exterior, the interior, and the drivetrain. And I'm sure you guys have read so many reviews, but I've spent a week sampling this car now, and I really, really enjoyed it. So at the front, you've got obviously this daytime running lights with LED headlights, and what they do at night is amazing. The entire auto dim and auto bright thing, for me, I love that, that a lot. You've got these slats on here, which I think it gives it a classy look, especially with this chrome here. It gives it a classier look. I'm not sure if you can turn that into a dark. I know people will probably try and make this darker, but I do love this entire chrome fit that's running even across the grille. So you've got obviously these, chrome buttons or whatever you can call them in there, which I think is quite cool. I enjoy them. A badge on there as well, and there's another badge on there. This has got the 360-degree camera, which works phenomenal. And I mean, when I think about it, this car is, listen, it's quite old. So when it did come out, I'm assuming that this was essentially state of the art. I mean, right now it's coming out. This camera is better than some cars that are brand new right now in the market. So I'm quite happy with that. And yeah, that's just the front overall. I mean, as you come across the side, I'm just going to do this for you. You've got these 19-inch alloys on here, which look incredible roof racks. And I mean, right now, there's a Mercedes-Benz V300d exclusive where you've got a roof box on it, a Thule roof box, which I think is gorgeous. I love that a lot because obviously more luggage space for you. And obviously, this is where you want to be in. I'll talk about that later, but this is essentially where you want to be. This automatic opening doors, a lot of room obviously on there, which is quite cool. But yeah, this is essentially the aesthetic. One thing I do love is this rear window. This is why I open it like this. I think it gives it such a cool stance with this window opened like this. Let me know what you guys think. I know people hardly open this. It does feel flimsy though. Jeez, this is hectic. But yeah, this is quite cool. Let me get inside, turn the car around for you guys, and get into detail. So inside, this is essentially where you want to be. And I think it's been so sad that obviously as the reviewer, I've been driving the car most of the time. I haven't had a chance to sit here, but this is where you want to be. And this is why people buy this thing. And I actually, when I drove this car about 2 years ago, did a road trip to Durban, and the seats were facing each other, obviously in the other direction. And I didn't find that comfortable because obviously our knees were touching and stuff. But this seating position is what you want this thing for. You've got obviously captain chairs, which are really quite cool. You've got this nice folding table on here where you can, work or eat or whatever it is, and you fold that neatly away, which is satisfying. Then you've got another table on here, which works beautifully as well. So this is if you want to eat or work or whatever. This actually feels a bit high for me. I wish there was a way you could adjust it, so it just feels awkward. So I'd rather prefer use this, but that's that, and it's just really nice. And you've got cup holders on there. These seats are heated and ventilated, which is quite cool, which is weird because the function, if I can find it, is on the other side, but it's heated and ventilated. That's quite cool. These accents of carbon fiber-esque things that are on here are brilliant. They look gorgeous. They give just that classier thing to a Mercedes-Benz. The one thing that I hate about every Mercedes product that I review inside, you guys know, it's these halogen lights which are all over here, because I just feel like it's unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary for a price that you're paying for this car. But the headliner is gorgeous. It's this Alcantara. This is where you see where the money really went. And it's gorgeous. I love touching this. We've got some air vents on there. The stitching on the seats as well is beautiful. I would rather go a cream interior. I think for me that just pops out. I mean, you're spending money on this car, you might as well just, go all out. The space in the rear is enough. I'm just going to jump into the rear for you guys. But you can also adjust these seats. These seats you can adjust obviously to go forward and backwards. And what I mentioned is that you can also swap the seats or to obviously face each other. I'm not keen on that. I think this been perfect actually. This worked perfectly. So I'm just going to jump with this seat as it is. And you can see my sitting position. It's still perfect. So, and we've got 3 seats here. The Burmester sound system in this car, guys, is glorious. It is glorious. Like this Burmester surround sound, one of the best I've sampled in a Mercedes-Benz actually. And I probably say that about a lot of Burmester sound systems that I sample, but I do enjoy this Burmester sound system. There's a lot of storage spaces also on here. We've got a 12-volt socket onto there, and obviously on the other side. You don't get charging ports here though, which has been a worry for me, because the charging ports are all the way in front. Like, that defeats the purpose. Like, at least try and probably in the next iteration they'll have some charging ports within the space, because having to go all the way to the front, we've got that wireless charger and all the ports in there, doesn't really quite work, to be honest with you. But I mean, yeah, interior of the Mercedes-Benz V300, I love it, man. I love this car, and I get it, man. If I get the tender, guys, I'm buying this thing. Like, I'm waiting for that tender, and you guys will know. If I win the lottery, I won't say much, but there will be signs. There will definitely be signs. So you'll obviously be driving a lot. That's what I was doing this week. So I spent most of my time in this position, which was cool. I'm not fussy about it. The one thing that I really don't like about it, but I mean, it's aging, right? Just the displays now, and this is where obviously in the newer one you can get that crisp Mercedes-Benz display that I always rave about. But you've got obviously some cooled and heated cup holders on here as well as onto here. Space in here which is enormous, with a fridge, a literal fridge, which is cool because it literally keeps the drink cool. These seats are heated and ventilated. Memory, obviously, I mean, it's 2.2 million rand. They're going to have to do that. I do love this carbon fiber effect, again, that's running onto here. It looks really, really cool. The Mercedes-Benz styled vents. This infotainment, it's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but not wirelessly. And I think it looks gorgeous. The only problem is that when Apple CarPlay is connected, it's just taking a small part, whereas it's not really going through the entire thing. So just it's giving me a pet peeve there. You've got obviously a trackpad on here that you can use to control your dynamic drive select, as well as your volume knob on here, and obviously the function to open the different doors on each side. So yeah, that's the interior, guys. That's the interior of the V300. It's gonna be so hard giving this car back. But yeah, let me show you the rear. So at the rear, you get a really cool looking rear, which I quite like. LED tail lights, but the reverse light is halogen, so it looks a really nice looking. The rear looks really good. Like, it's a V300, man. No issues. Bumper with parking sensors as well as a reverse camera. It's gorgeous. And because this is massive, right, you don't always have to open the entire tailgate. This is a nice nifty feature. Like, how cool is this? And you can still access some space onto here, and crates that go into there for you to do whatever you want to put in there. Whoa. But some nifty crates that you'll make use of. So how do I close this now? It's not mine. You can see it's not mine. But yeah, so this is quite nifty. I do like this, but obviously if you do want to access the entire tailgate, you can still do that, and you are met with obviously more space, a lot of storage, and I think it's quite cool. Your spare wheel is underneath, so yeah, they've made sure that you are met with a lot of space and you can utilize the space greatly. So yeah, that's the rear. Let's go for a drive. So you joined me in the drive of the Mercedes-Benz V300 diesel. And I'm not mad about the sitting position, to be honest with you guys. I was mad about it when I drove to Durban 2 or 3 years ago, and there was a seat that was right closer here, so I couldn't really adjust. But right now, this is why I think that earlier on I mentioned in my video that that sitting position is greater. This is powered by a 2-liter turbo diesel engine, enough power, 550 newton meters of torque. And like, you're not driving this thing like you wanna be hauling, doing 0 to 100. Oh, could you look at that? Another V300. You're not driving this as if you are, doing 0 to 60 times or 0 to 100 times. You are not, bro. You are going to drive this comfortably, but the comfort and the comfort to know that you do have that power on hand when you need it and that torque when you need to pull something is, it's confident inspiring. I do love that. Nothing to complain about. The throttle response is great. Like I mentioned, the torque is just enough. People in the back also, but I mean, obviously, because it's a panel van essentially, you do feel that it does feel somewhat disconnected to everything else. But I mean, it's not, nobody will pick it up. You will enjoy this. Fuel consumption as well, literally doing 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers in here. A lot of range. I've driven about, I just want to give you the figures, but I've driven 275 kilometers and I've got 400 kilometers of range still. So it's not bad, to be honest with you guys. I'm happy in terms of fuel consumption. There's only 2 drive modes in here, comfort and sport. There's no eco stuff in here. It's a V300. You get what you paid for. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing to complain about in terms of the drive in this car. Like, it's just okay. Everything is well within reach. The seats are comfortable enough. I mean, I'm gonna do a 3.10 now. Another 3.10. You see? Simple. Turning circle is great. So yeah, to be honest with you, this bus is on the top of the food chart in terms of people movers. Yes, the Caravelle is amazing. And another great bus was the Opel Zafira, but I do think this literally sits at the top of that food chain. Nobody's going to, yeah, this sits at the top of the food chain, and rightfully so. 2.2 million rand for me is a bit insane. 2.2 million, but everything at Mercedes-Benz is expensive, to be honest with you guys. It's premium though. Does it justify the 2.2 million rand? Sure, it does. But 2.2 million is a lot of money for a people mover. And yes, you can get a Caravelle for, obviously less and all that stuff, a million less. But there's just that status you're not getting from that. And this is nothing to take away from, obviously, the Caravelle, but a V300 is a V300, guys. V-Bus is a V-Bus. Bus Lomjolo, it's great. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to use the link in my bio or the link in my pop-up to go to Naked for you to get a code. Up until next time, keep it logged onto the channel. Thank you so much. We're at 3,000 subscribers. And if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please watch. Going for that 5,000 subscriber mark. Keep it logged. Bye.